Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. June 17th, Monday morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend. All right. So, where are we at today? So, a couple things to note. Got a lot of Fed speak this week. We're in a kind of like a balancing market, which is bullish. All right. The big talk of what I noticed, and I said to you guys last week of the weekend, was the breadth being so narrow in this rally. So we're at all-time highs, and other sectors are moving down and not participating. So there's two thoughts into this market where if tech goes down, it's going to bring the rest of the market down, or tech can move kind of sideways, and the rest of the market can catch up, which also could fuel this melt up or whatever. So who knows what's going to happen? All right, this sideways, we're going kind of sideways now. So we'll have to see what happens here. Okay, I might get into some little notes that I wrote over the weekend, and there's some themes there that are very interesting. So, without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. Use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the market, along with camera exposure levels, supply and demand, anchor view ups in the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. This is how I see the market. It's my edge. All right. So every day I do this at 8:10 a.m. and then at 8:30 around I do the ES and NQ long and short scenarios. Of course, we go over some news, why stocks are moving, why stocks are leading, lagging, whatever, and do that every day. So hopefully you guys can join me. All right, and if you could subscribe, set alert, that'd mean a lot. And then you could set a like, set a like. You could give me a like or a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. And you could always follow me at X at Gonzo719. So why don't we get right into watch list futures watch list, okay, and see what's going on. One thing to note as well, okay, this Friday is quad witching. All right, so a lot of things are going to be rolling over and expiring. Okay, so why they call it quad witching? Because you have futures rolling over, you have futures options rolling over, you have index options rolling over, and you have stock monthly expiry. So that's what they call quad witching. So today I actually rolled my ES and NQ back to the next contract. So my prices, I rolled them over. Why did I roll them over? There's more volume now in the next contract. So sometimes this week, because it's rollover week, you could have some odd movement a little bit in the market from people bouncing, closing out, and rolling to the next contract. You could see some weirdness. So just be conscious of that. All right. All right. Without further ado, I just want to let you guys know that who's leading the pack. We have Ether up 3.42%. The VIX is up to 13. All right. It's up 2.92%. Crude is up 147. Bitcoin's up 0.27. Nasdaq up 0.18. Dollars flat. 10-year yield reported 820. ES flat. Dow is down 0.15. The Russell is down 0.24. Silver's down 0.48. 30-year bonds being sold. Interesting. That should have yields rise. Okay. Gold is down to 6.64. Okay. Moving on to the Max 7 Plus. Who's leading the pack? We got Nvidia, of course. Why wouldn't it be leading? It's up 1.05%. And then we got Baba's up 0.90. Apple up 0.71. Snow been getting battered. Maybe it's poised for a little bounce here. All right. Now we got some little laggards here. AMD's just stuck, man. Tesla's also tried to break out and it's kind of stuck. Meta's down 0.29, Amazon down 0.30, Google down 0.35, and the big loser this morning, interesting, Coinbase. Coinbase is down while Bitcoin is slightly up. Interesting. Is there news on Coinbase? Let's see. Biden admits Mark Cuban to attend crypto. Not really. Okay. Moving on. Top sector stocks. All right. Who's leading the pack? Disney. Disney's up 1%. All right. Qualcomm's up 0.34. That's semis. Who's our laggards? Well, Cat definitely dropped from that key level. Had buying excess on Friday, so just interesting. All right, Costco's like never down. Costco's down 0.17, and United Healthcare down 0.42. That's going to take Dow. That's the largest holding in the Dow, so that's going to take that down. Let's move over to our swing trade list. See who's leading the pack here. Autodesk. I saw somebody took a pretty big stake in Autodesk. I believe they just had good earnings. All right, then you got Best Buy. I believe Best Buy got an upgrade. They're up 3.54%. Broadcom, all right, up 3.4. They're doing a 10 for 1 block split, so that actually could be tradable for once. All right, Taiwan Semiconductors are up 3.1. So semis are showing themselves right now. Micron reporting earnings this week. ARM, semis, right? Super Microcomputers, AMC, Vertiv, Toll Brothers. All right, now let's look at laggards. Celsius, it's been falling like a rock, down 2.6. Team down 1.3. Hood, Robinhood down 1.03. Union Pacific got a downgrade. They're down 0.95. And then you got TLT down 0.90. Mara down 0.87. All right, nothing huge. All right, and let's move back. Then we go to sectors. Sectors here. Semis up 1.99%. Now semis, when they're leading, are usually a risk on factor. People put risk on the market, right? So technology is up 0.41. So that's very hard when technology is up that the market's going to move down. It's just really hard. It's 30% of the S&P. So very, very hard to do that. Is there laggards? Baby laggards. Communications, basic materials, energy. If you check out energy, we'll check out some sectors later on. Energy's pulled back to like the 200-day moving average. Financials has sold off lately. Same with industrials. So let's see if that theme continues or they get a bounce. Okay. All right. Now let's look at our economic calendar. Some news here. Let's look at it. Now this is this week, right? So today, New York Empire State Manufacturing comes out at 8:30. We have Fed Harker speaking today for Cook today. This is all a bunch of Fed speak this week. Tuesday, retail sales. More Fed speak throughout the day. Wednesday, markets closed for Juneteenth. All right. Thursday, what do we got? Initial jobless claims, Philly Fed. Friday, S&P Global Manufacturing and existing home sales. So not the biggest data this week, but a lot of Fed speak, so they can move the markets. Just got to be cognizant of when they're speaking. All right. Now, as far as upgrades, downgrades, there is not much to note. Let's see here. Alright, let's just look at upgrades. We got Best Buy. Who else? Toll Brothers. So that's those two got upgrades. Let me go in for downgrades. Union Pacific got a downgrade. Okay, that's why that is down. Alright, now we got initiates coverage. Let's see if there's anything not really to talk about there. And then the raises target. We got ARM got a target raise. eBay got a target raise. Micron got a target raise. That's why you're seeing them move. Oracle target raise. Okay, those are why you're seeing those. Let's see if any lower targets. Yes, we do. Accenture got lower targets. Monster. If you look at Monster, that's been falling too like a rock. Nike got a target lowered. And yeah, that's about it for that. All right, anything in the news? Let's see. We really have. Like I said, Starboard Value takes a stake in Autodesk. That's why Autodesk is moving. China industrial output slows, which would probably not be good for oil, but interesting. Bob is up. That's really it there. Let's see if the juice has anything. It's really light right now. All right, we could check this out. Let's see here. Maybe we can see here. Just see here. Anything to note? Not really. Not really. All right. I think we can go to our daily charts. All right. Boom. And maybe give us some extra time, possibly, because there's not a lot to discuss here. And I can show you guys sectors, what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So, SPY moving sideways. All right. There's the gap. As long as you don't fill this gap, and we haven't been able to, that's bullish. All right. You just got to take that as bullish. Right. Where are we at now? 542.65. 542.65. You're pretty much close to the highs. Right. So that's where we're at. Let's look at the futures. I mean, look at that. Jeez. That's kind of crazy looking. That's a whole lot of holding higher prices, really, and a whole lot of indecision. Okay, that's what all that's showing you. All right, Qs. Qs did make an all-time high on Friday. Okay, so they're not really moving sideways. You got higher low, higher low, higher low. What are we doing today? 479.90. Of course, we're gapping up. Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. Now, you do, I'm going to show you guys this, have this interesting channel here. You do have this channel coming into play here. Up here. It's not there yet, but interesting. I don't know. I don't know what's going to stop this market. You know, I'm not looking to just fade it, so I'm just showing you guys. Okay. And let's look at futures. There you go. See? Just moving up, sideways, and we're a little up, gapping up today. That's how we're looking. All right. So it just continues to grind up. Continues to grind up. All right. Now we can look at the triple-headed monster with a 10-year yield. So let's do that. I'm going to take this back to 0 here. All right, so 10-year yield, you can see, has dropped like a stone. But today, guess what? We're up 1.14%. You can see right here, gapped up. All right. So people selling bonds today, yields rise. But essentially, it's in a downtrend. Okay. And we'll see. All below all the major moving averages. All right. This is your triple-headed monster. Let's take a look at that dollar now. Now I have this range that we were in, and we popped out of it. So dollar's still above this range, so that could put weight on equities. Okay. Let's look at the VIX. How much fear do we have? This is 30 days out of fear. We are not that fearful. Okay. We're at 13. Yes, we're higher than the close of Friday, but there's not much fear until we get over this 200-day moving average in at least 15. Still not a lot of fear in this market. Okay. There will be. There will be. Right. Sorry about that. My daughter needed me for something. All right. So yeah, no, not a lot of fear in this market. Not a lot of fear. All right. I have a little time. Why don't we go over what I was seeing in sectors? All right. I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing in the sectors. Right, for this chart right here. All right. I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing here. And I'm going to show you in the Dow and the IWM, which have been weaker, right? So if we go to the Dow, I want to show you something. This white, this big dash white, okay, this is the most traded, and this is very important. The Dow is at the most traded price of the year, of the last year, not of the year, of the last year, a year ago from today. 387 is the most traded. So that's very congested area, right? What else do you see? This is the anchored, this white dashed line is the anchored VWAP of this year. And all that means is the average buyer, because it closed above it, right, is right here. So you can't get it anymore like balancy movement in this market, because this is the beginning of the year. We went up, we went down, we went up, back at the most traded price of the year and anchored VWAP of the year, right? So not a lot of people getting paid or losing money right now in the Dow from the beginning of the year. The anchored VWAP is right here. Very interesting, right? Now, let's look at the IWM. Check it out. Here's the anchored VWAP of the year. We're right under it. So that just means the average buyer is a little under the water for this year because we closed underneath it. But look, you're right by it. So this year, I mean, look what we did. Not a whole lot of nothing, right? But then the Qs and the SPY are moving. Why? Because they're market cap weighted to the big tech stocks. Okay, that's why. Now, if we're going to go into sectors, let's go into the industrials. What do you notice here? Anchored VWAP. You see where industrials hit? Hit the anchored VWAP to this year. The year anchored VWAP. Hit it and pushed right off of it. Right? And now look where we're headed. The most traded price of the last year in industrials. See the pattern? So this isn't super weak. This is indecision. This is just selling off. Look at how strong industrials were. Look at that move up. Boom. Went up there again. Okay? So it's a lot of indecision. All right, let's look at financials. Look what financials are. Hit the 100-day moving average. Where is it at? The most traded price of the last year. Here's the anchored VWAP of the year. You see the pattern? This isn't really super bearish in the other sectors. Okay? If you bought here at the beginning of the year, you're still up, obviously. The anchor volume, you're above the anchored VWAP. Okay? That's the average price from the beginning of the year right here. So whoever bought here, everybody's up still. Okay? But you see what I'm saying? This is right at the most traded price of the year. So there's a pattern here, right? Let's look at discretionary. Look at these patterns, guys. Here's the anchored VWAP. Again, look where that is. Price closed above it. But look, you're right at a big, large volume. No, there's two distributions here in XOY. Most traded price of the last year is 172, right? But right here, there's a big node too. That's where we're at. So you're stuck in the middle of all this. Look at this anchored VWAP from the beginning of the year. Look, it's right above it. Another indecisive with Tesla, right? So another one that I'm showing you, right? Same pattern. Let's look at energy. Now energy pulled back, right? Right to the 200-day moving average, closed under it, right under the anchored VWAP for the year. Okay? That could pop. That could pop. All right? And just to give you a contrast, XLK, look where that is. There's the average weighted price for the year, way above it, right? Way above it. Now, if you look at healthcare, healthcare is above it. So healthcare had a nice move, and then it pulled back a little bit. But it's above it, right? So this doesn't look, it's not that weak. This breadth that they're talking about, Yes, it hasn't went crazy, but it hasn't also fell out of bed. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And look, you're pretty much, here's the most traded price in the healthcare down here, 130. It's definitely going to move back up here to 145. And look, you're just in this, so much volume is traded here. We have to see. I really don't know what's going to happen. I just wanted to show you that the market's not falling out of bed, the other sectors. It's not like, oh my God, this is going to take down the market. Now, it could. I don't know. I'm just showing you right now it's not. All right. Hopefully, you guys got something out of that analysis. All right. Now, we're going to go over to the market profile and volume profile. All right. And we are going to look at structure. All right. Going to look at structure. Okay. So you're going to notice new prices in the futures. You're going to notice new prices. All right. So let's look at it. Here's our profile for the rolling week. Still starts off with the, good morning, Chief. Starts off with the CPI print. And then what do we have? What is this market telling us? Here's value area. 70% of the trade of the rolling week. Guess where price is? Right here. 54.97. The most traded price of the week is 5,500. So the market has done its job. Right? You got to tip your hat to the bulls. They have established value up here. Okay. What are we doing, right? Look, here's the CPI print. We moved up. And what is this market telling you? Here's the gap. This is the overnight session. It went here, 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 and we're here. So right now, sellers can't push this thing lower, and that just means it's bullish until it's not. There's no arguing the fact. Okay? There's zero argument here. Market has told you market is accepting higher prices. Okay? If this house was worth here at one point, and now everybody's buying a house up here and staying there, now that makes that house price go up, right? Got to be comparable to the rest of the market. So now this 3-bedroom, 2-bath is worth 5,500. No longer these prices are value. It's up here now. That's all this market is an auction. Okay? So we're right at the most traded price right now. Okay? It's not a lot of edge to that. Okay? But we're inside Friday's sessions. Here's Friday's highs, Friday's lows. Here's the overnight highs. Here's the overnight lows. You got a nice balanced profile. There's not an edge to this either. So you got a balanced overnight profile, and you're in balance of the last week. You're inside Friday. Okay. All right. So what does this mean? This means that you have a week high here, like 55.10 right here, right around here. That's the top, basically, of a week high. So that possibly could be resistance or a breakout point. Okay. You do have a little bit of a weak low here at 54.73. 2 times in real-time trading hours we came down here and we got bought. This was overnight session. So that's the other side. 54.73. That's your playground. It's pretty easy. That's your playground. All right. Now, a couple things here. So that this could be what we do. Boom, 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 until we decide that we're going to go higher or we're going to go lower. That's really it. That's really it. Okay, so it becomes very simple today. 4 scenarios. 4 scenarios, okay? So, what do I want to see? All right. If I'm a bull, what do I want to see? All right. Now, here's a little nuance here. This is the most traded price and the POC of Friday. Okay. POC is the point of control. That's market profile talk. It's basically the most time spent. Oh, that's too big. It's the most time spent at a price is right here, and it happens to be the most volume traded, 54.88 on Friday. So that would be your first defense for the bulls. Okay, that's your first defense. So let's make that prettier. So this hot pink box right here happens to also be the midpoint of Friday. You want to see if this is tested. Now, if it's tested, we could definitely bounce up. And then you could see there's supply here, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to get through. You got that weak high at 55.10. Now 55.10 is the end of the supply. Now either we pop and we hold it and we go higher, right? Or we could just hold here and kind of come back in. But that's what I'm looking at there. Now we have this gap that's really not really been filled right here. This is the gap. This is Friday's lows. Here's the other defense for the bulls. Okay, so if price comes down here, goes past that most traded price of Friday, now we're going to test Friday's lows. I want to see how we react in this gap. Now, a gap doesn't offer much support. But if it does, boom, you get one of those, higher lows, higher lows. We're probably going to go back at least to the most traded price of the week. That's what I'm looking for today. Now, again, you'll see in my bear scenario what happens, right? So that's all I'm looking for today. I'm not looking for all-out breakout today. Remember, it's rollover. So now, bear side. Bear side. All right, what did I say? It is 55.10. Bear's got to defend that. There's supply right there. So what do I want to see if I'm a bear? Let's see if we come down, test this most traded price of Friday, and we bounce, right? Start moving into this supply. This is where you want to see what happens if we hit 55.10. What happens? Boom. Do we break and hold it? Or what if we just go like this, reject it, lower high, go under the most traded price? Well, then we're probably going to test the most traded price of Friday. If we break that and hold, we're going to go look and test Friday's lows. Then you have this gap. If the market's super weak, and finally there's people go, oh, you know what? We're filling this gap around 54.50. We're going to hit to this demand. We're going to try to fill that gap. Can you go lower? Sure. Okay. But if technology's hot, you're not going to go too low. All right. So that's what I'm looking for. I'd still say longs are easier than shorts. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's see how this Nasdaq's looking. Give me one sec. I pull up the Nasdaq. Let's bring this down so everybody could see. All right. Let's look at structure together. Okay. Here's our CPI. There's our gap. And then what do we have? Value. 70% of the trade in the last week's happened in that area right here. Here's the value area. Price is above value. Okay, people are paying more for the Nasdaq. Right now, you would deem that being expensive. You're buying above value. Okay. You are also above the most traded price of the week. Most traded price of the week is 198.80. Right here. Price is here. Right? We're right at Friday's highs. Here's price. We have, again, a very balanced profile overnight. Not a lot of edge there. Okay? Not a lot of edge there. Equal buying and selling. Not a lot of edge. Okay? Now, it's totally different, okay, what this market looks like than we just looked at ES. It's not the same structure at all, okay? Not the same structure. So, what are we going to look for here in this market, okay? As long as you stay above this most traded price of the week, it's bullish. Doesn't matter even if you do this. Doesn't matter. It's bullish. Okay. So, right? And then what do you have? Okay, let's look at the structure of this market. You have a weak low here, 197.60 right here. Got this double bottom here. Okay, you got demand right here. That's the defense for the bulls. Okay, 197.60. That is defense. So you have to see if that gets defended. Okay, we're not even close to that, but that's what I would look for. What else was be defense? Remember, I talked about the most traded price of Friday. Okay, and it happens to be the POC, most time spent as well, and it happens to be the most traded price of the week. So guess what that's defense for the bulls. So we have two places for defense for the bulls. They need to defend. They got a demand zone here. You got this double bottom here, and you got this right here. So first line of defense, second line of defense. Make those bears prove it to you that they can win. All right? But it's really the bulls got to defend there, right? So there's not a lot of overhead supply. You only have this overnight. Okay, now here's a tip. Overnight highs, real all-time highs in the overnights are never secure because you usually don't have an all-time high be in the overnight session. So that's one stat. What else is another one? I've been saying this multiple times. 97% of every session touches the overnight lows or the overnight highs in the real-time trading hours. Okay? So we're like flirting with this gap right here. This is the highs from Friday. Price is right there, right at it, right? Okay, so if we get into scenario here, right, we could definitely see us hit these highs, make all-time highs in the real-time trading hours, okay? And then we have to see what I already laid out. All right, so let's get into scenarios here. All right, let's do it. We're going to go with the bulls because we're bullish right now. All right, what did I say? This is your defense. Most traded price of the week, most traded price of the Friday, and the POC of Friday. So what could we do here? Right? We can come up, tap this, make a new all-time high in the real-time trading hours, like I said, right? Also, you're hitting the overnight highs in the real-time trading hours 97% of the time. Come through here. Most traded price of the overnight. If you come through here, now this is the gap fill. This could jump off there. Okay, that could also be a move up. However, if you pull back to this level, that's the defense. I want to see what we do here. Do we get higher lows? Other than that, we could probably go up higher. Okay. Now, still. If we come up here, break that, hold, we are going to test this demand zone and the double bottom here, this weak low of 197.60. What does the market do with this? What does it do? Right? Does it bounce? And maybe we just go to here. Does it break it a little bit, do a bear trap, and we go back up here? So that's what I'm going to be looking for. What does the market do here? Do we finally get weakness? Who knows? We're not even by the gap. Gap's all the way down here. So remember, you got to look at how XLK responds today. All right, now bear side. Okay. I'm not super like, whoa, this is like I want to fade this. So because it's not easy to fade these all-time highs. Okay. However, if you reverse what I just said about the bullish case, right? So if I'm bearish and I'm like, you know what? I want to see a bear scenario. Okay, well, I just said overnight highs are not secure. So let's say we come up here, tap them, make new all-time highs, go through the open, lower high, lower high, well, you're going to look for that gap fill right there. Now, if you go back into range, you're definitely going to hit the most traded price of Friday and the most traded price of the week. That could be it for your move. However, you break that, hold, 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 you're probably going to test this demand zone. And it's all about this weak low. Okay? You could bounce here, but if we don't and you get weak, you could go all the way down to the top of the gap. Now, if really weak, you fill the gap. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I don't know if that happens today, but that's the scenarios, okay? Hopefully all that made sense, everybody. Okay? Hopefully it made sense. Please give me a comment if you don't understand what I'm saying, because I will explain it. But I do this every day at 8:10 a.m. All right? So please join me. Please join me every day. Okay? I feel like I give good analysis. All right? So subscribe, please. All right? Give me a like. Be much appreciated. And everybody, I hope everyone have a great day. Stay patient. All right? Remember, rollovers happening, so market could act a little weird. All right? The volumes are off because they're split between two contracts, so that's what I'm looking at. All right? Everybody have a great day.